Hey everybody, this is Melina from scrapbookingwithme.com, and today I am sharing with you the Rach and Bella collaboration that I am a part of. We have some of the greatest creators and YouTubers in this collaboration. Rach and Bella always do a fantastic job getting this organized. The only thing is they have people like me that don't get it done in the time frame that it's supposed to get done. My video should have went up this morning and it's going to go up this evening. It's just been a thing. I have been out of town for quite a few days, and then we had Easter yesterday, and then there is supposed to be, it's a first alert weather day tomorrow here, so we had some things we had to get done before storms come in, and taking care of things with Bethany. Needed to make a few phone calls and set up her schedule, so lots of things going on, so I apologize in advance, Rach and Bella. So sorry this is going up late on April 1st, but yes, today is April 1st, April Fool's Day. We don't go in for all of that kind of stuff. Used to, when we were in school, we always had some kind of plans on April 1st to you know, do something, pull some kind of prank or something, but just don't do any of that stuff. So April 1st is just another day to me. But anyway, I explained everything there of why this is late and didn't go up this morning. I am creating with Artful Crafts, and we are going to be making charmed garden accents. So I'm going to make something here that maybe y'all will go along with if you've downloaded, or if you have printed all of the kit. I'm going to go through that real quickly in just a second. We are going to be using this bigger envelope that my printer decided to cut off the very tip top of, but this is a first, I think. Rach and Bella partnered with Angela Kerr. She is a fantastic YouTuber here in YouTube land. Y'all need to check her out if you are not already a subscriber to her channel. And she created half of the kit, and Rach and Bella created the other half, and I'll go through that. Not sure if I'll get it all right of who created what, but it's all gorgeous. But we are going to be using this envelope, so if you have printed this digital kit out, then this is one of the items you'll be using, and then the tags that are in this kit I'm also going to be using today. Two other reasons why I'm a little late, and why in the world is my fingernail yellow? I have no clue. I've gotten into some kind of ink. Another reason why I'm late getting to this is I had 2 digital kits to get done and get posted on our website at scrapbookingwithme.com. This is one of them. This is the Sew in Fashion, S-E-W in Fashion kit that I made. So it's kind of vintage. It's got some retro stuff in it, some Victorian stuff. There's a little retro 60s ladies. And then it's a 17-page kit, digital kit. And it had, look at that page, it has 4, I think, ephemera pages, and you got some paper doll or pattern dolls to cut out if you would like. 5 ephemera pages. Anyways, I'll go more over that. Today it's about this garden story kit from Rach and Bella and Angela Kerr. Let's see, if y'all have been following along, you know that last month Mom did her video for this collaboration on March the 17th, so go back and watch that one as well. But I'll try my best to have some kind of group link down below so that you can go and subscribe to all of these great creators' channels. I'm trying to find my words. Use your words, Melina. Use English. And oh my word. And Rach and Bella always have great giveaways at the end of the collaboration, at the end of all of it. So make sure to go and watch the videos, subscribe to the channels. like and leave a comment. They go back and they check all of that. So you got to do all of that stuff on each creator's videos so that you can get your name put in the drawing. Okay, so I'm just going to flip through really quickly. Look at these. I know that if you're following along with this collaboration, you've already seen all of this, but for those that have not, you'll want to stick around and watch this. I did not print mine borderless, so that's why you are seeing the little bitty white border margin around all of my pages. I was in a hurry, trying my best, and my printer is smoking now. I'm just saying. Anyway, these are gorgeous pages. These are Rach's pages. I'm pretty sure these are from Rach. And I'll go over Angela's pages in a moment. I mean, they've got some gorgeous backgrounds on here. I mean, some of the prettiest patterns ever. But I am so in love with the collage look on these pages. Very, very pretty. The little ladies on here are gorgeous too. Look at that collage page. Anyways, that's the ones from Rach. And then this one, the big envelope that we're going to use, that's from Angela. And then these are Angela's pages. Look at Grandma. I love her. I love her. So pretty. Look at the little doggy. I'm telling you, I love the watercolor look. Angela, you did a phenomenal job with these. Love me some watercolor. See, these are great when you would fold it in half. You'd have that on one side and that on the other side. So she did really good with dividing them up for you so that you could have a focal point on both front and back of your pages. These little seedling pages are some of my favorites. We will be using some of those. We're going to be cutting them. We're not going to be using them as journal pages today. We're going to be cutting them. But I'm already going to tell you, I printed the whole kit. And there's some that did not print the whole kit, and that's perfectly fine. You have to do what you can do with your printer. Like I said, mine's smoking because it printed so many pages. But I did print the whole kit because I want to make a journal with this kit. I love nature. And this is just beautiful. I'm not the biggest fan of spring, and when I say that, please don't cut me off here and never watch me again. I'm not the biggest fan of spring just because of allergies. Seasonal allergies get me every year, and I'm miserable. And I've tried everything. The shots, all the pills, the medicine, all the stuff, and I have allergies, and they're awful. But as far as the flowers coming into bloom and all that stuff, I love it. And I love me some nature journals. Beautiful stuff. So that was Angela's pages. I've already showed you Rachel's pages. These are Angela's ephemera sheets. And we will be using these. Look at those fussy cuts. How cute those are. Very pretty postcard looking things. Now look at that. Angela gave us some whale tails, and they're neutral. So, you know, you could dress these up like we did those tabs. My last video was dressing up tabs and making them vintage. So Angela gave us some of those we could do. Got little pockets there, some foldables, little tucks there, some smaller envelopes like this one. And then look at those tags, how pretty. We are definitely using the tags. So I'm going to put these, I might even use the smaller tags. So the tags are going to be used, and then I'll show you what the rest that's going to be used. We're going to probably use some of those collage pages too that Rach did. Maybe even some of those. I'm going to go back and get few things. I can jumble it all up now. Now that I'm showing y'all, I can. I'm going to go back and I'm going to get those seed packet pages. That is gorgeous. I probably will use that somewhere. That one too. Seed packet pages. There you are. Okay. So I'm making myself a little stack of things that I'm probably going to use. Angela's fussy cuts, the postcards probably the tabs too. I mean, this is supposed to be a nice, easy project, but with all that I'm grabbing that I want to use, it might turn into something huge. Anyway, these are Rach's add-on ephemera pages. Definitely going to be using those tags, maybe even those two. It'd be nice if I showed them to you instead of just putting them off to the side. These will probably be decoration for those tags. Look at that, how cute. And little garden tags. Cute stuff. I love those little journal cards. We'll probably use those too. We are not making a journal today with this. I will make a journal eventually, but we're not making the journal today. We're going to make something that can go inside the journal, or it can be a standalone project. Those little girlies are so cute. I think I will keep those aside, maybe even these fussy cuts and these also. And then great little pockets there. So there are all the pages to the entire kit. And I'm going to put what I definitely will use for the journal off to the side. And I'm going to cut out some stuff that I'm going to be using for this project today. So definitely you want this cut out, and you want a few of the tags cut out. I have got some bulb clips. I've got just a little piece, just a little strand of lace there. I've got a little bitty book ring. I mean, it's tiny. This thing is probably, if I can get it apart, it's wanting to be naughty. This one is like 3/4 of an inch. It's tiny. Tiny little book ring. I've got a few little pearls that I'm going to see if I can string, because we're talking about charming garden accents. I have got some, it's like a rainbow color baker's twine. I've got a doily. I thought that I would decorate with that some. And then we'll probably use a few more pieces of ribbon or twine too than what we've got up here. We've also got some Nuvo drops, and I've got my brayer. And thought I might add a few little accents with that. I've got some tiny little pink pom-poms. Just got some ideas rolling through my head. So what I'm going to do, first off, is I am going to cut this out. I'm going to cut out a few tags and a few things that can layer on top of tags. Then I did not print anything on the backs. So what I'm going to do is probably cover the backs with some coffee dyed paper, or packaging or something to make them just a little bit sturdier, the tags themselves, because we're going to do some stacked charming tags, and this is going to be our little holder for those tags. So I'm very excited about the idea that's brewing in my head. Now let's see if it all comes together like I want it to. Alright, I've got most of the stuff that I want cut out. I will fussy cut as we get closer to decorating the rest of the project. For this envelope, I cut that out, and then I just covered the back with some food color dyed paper. And we're going to assemble this envelope and let it be drying. So I'm going to fold up just so that that is just on the front, and none of this is on the front. And then I'm going to fold over my gussets that Miss Angela has given us. And then that little piece is wanting to be contrary. So I'm just going to fold it up and glue it onto my gusset pieces. I'm going to take all of my other beautiful pieces that I've cut out away from the back in case my glue goes crazy, because I've been known not to drive glue very straight at all. So I want to do that. I want to make sure that it's lined up and even on the sides. And I'm using Vintage Photo ink, so I'm going to go across the front now that I've got all the folds done. And this little envelope is going to be our guideline as to what goes into it. If the piece that I have cut out is too large for this, I'm just going to go to the next piece and I'll use that larger piece in a journal that I use, that I make with this kit. I'm going to fold that over and get me some inking done on the top, because mine is going to be the grungy one. If you've been following along with this collaboration, one creator will have like a shabby chic look. Let me see what they called it. One creator has bright and shabby, and the other has rustic and grungy. So I'm going to be heavily inking my stuff just because I am rustic and grungy on the Charmed Garden accents. So there's my little envelope already done, ready to put some stuff in. And I'm going to give myself a little notch here. I should have done that before I glued. Going to give myself a notch. This is the 1.5 inch. You can see me. Hello, haha. This is the 1.5 inch circle punch. I've had many people ask if I only have enough budget for one. Oh me, it's not going to go all the way through. For one circle punch for notches on pockets and things, which size would you say that I need? And I would say the 1.5 inch. So I printed it on the regular old premium copy paper, so it didn't cut through. Mine needs to be, I need to put some aluminum foil through my punch. Has any of y'all seen that little hack? You put your older punches, punch it through an aluminum foil a few times, and it's supposed to sharpen the blades. And so that notch looks very janky. Sorry about that. Hey, they wanted grungy and rustic. It looks like a grungy little chipmunk chewed on that. Oh well. Not going to worry about it. So there's our envelope made. So we're going to be putting something down into this. Our project's going to go down into this envelope. So I see that my tag is going to fit wonderfully in there. I've got a postcard, and it's going to fit wonderfully in there. And then the other larger tags. Alright, so these will need something cut off, and I don't want to cut that off, so I will not use that one. That will go in my other project that I make. Here's some more tags that are the same size as those other ones. These two, okay, this one I have some room to lop off at the bottom. So let's lop that off, because I do want one of these to go in that envelope. Now let's see if we've lopped off enough. Yes, that one will fit in there now. I'm going to put the other one aside to use in my journal. These, what I want to do with these, I kept them together. They are butted up against each other very well. And what I'm going to do is, this is going to be our little closure for this project. And I'm going to cut off this 5th one. So I'm cutting off the 5th finger. We only need 4 fingers. So then we have a perfect little divided space there. We're just going to fold it in half. And like I said, this is going to be our closure, and I'll show you all about that in a minute. But let's go ahead and ink it. And I've gotten quite a few little pieces cut out. I don't have anything on the backs of them. We might have to go, for the sake of time, we might have to go with some white, pure white, no grunge on the backs. Oh well, we will all live. It will be fine. And if I want to, I can go back later and put some stuff on the back. But I am going to put something on the back of this one, on this side. This is going to be glued to the back of the project. So this is going to be the closure. This side's going to be glued to the back of the project. This side's going to flap back and forth. So I am going to put something on the back here. It'll probably be maybe some book page or something like that. We are going to put something on the back. So if you're following along with me and want to make the project that I'm making today, get those little ones that are in the add-on ephemera that Rach did. And you're going to cut off the 5th one, fold in half, so you've got 2 tags on the front and then 2 tags on the back. And that beautiful collage is going to be the front of our project. I already love it. And then my postcard piece, that's going to be the back piece of this project. And so it's going to be like this. So see, really I don't have to put anything here because that postcard's going to cover it quite nicely. Not worried about that. So I'm going to ink this, but I probably will put something at the top and the bottom of this postcard because that's not going to cover the entire postcard. So I'm going to ink around all of my pieces that I think I'm going to be using. And then we're going to start assembling this beautifully layered charmy tag that we're going to make, and it's going to have lots and lots of space where we can journal on them if we want to. We can add memorabilia to them. We can do whatever we want to, but it's going to be layered up, and you'll be able to see each layer because we're going to use that book ring at the top. And since we did print on regular paper and not cardstock, we'll have to reinforce these somehow so that, you know, they're not going to be tearing off easily. And then when we get done, all of this is going to stack right inside of our pretty envelope. So now I have everything pretty much as far as how I want it in there laid out. I still got to do a little bit of inking, but I've got a bunch of layers, and we'll put a few decorations, a few of those fussy cuts or something on the backs, but I do want that sunflower. That came from one of the seed packet pages as the front. And then we're also going to, you know, poke holes up here, just like a tag book, and we're going to have some little dangly stuff. This postcard, like I said, is going to be attached back here, and I'm going to go as far over to the corner as I can, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the book page showing at the top and the bottom, so just kind of in the middle. And we're going to poke 2 holes here, and we're going to use this baker's twine as the closure for all of this. But let's start assembling. And I've just put book page on the back here, and I'm going to put glue all across here except for that little edge that it won't be on, and we'll ink there so we don't have too much white space on the edge. Checking to make sure that I am recording. I've been known to not hit the record button and just talking and talking and talking to the air. So there's our postcard piece attached to what will be our closure. Just turn it around and make sure you're pretty much center, and then that you don't have any resistance there where you're closing that up. Alright, and then I want this piece to be next in line. And I'm just going to attach them so that everything is lined up at the top. So nothing's way up here, you know. I'm going to make sure that everything's lined up at the top. And go ahead and get my Crop-A-Dile. Now, if you don't have a Crop-A-Dile, I'm turned around, sorry. If you don't have a Crop-A-Dile, you can use a hole punch like this if you've got it. Whatever you have, use it. But I'm going to use the Crop-A-Dile. I'm going to go through all the pages, all the tag pieces. So that even includes the postcard piece. And I'm going to set my dowel so that way it can be the same for all pieces. I don't want to go too deep. about right there. So I'm going to tighten my dial up. Whoop. Push it back. So that when I put that in there, we're going to go the same depth as all of it. Now I do need to go deep enough that some of those fragile pages don't rip at the top. So we're going to go here. And then we're just going to line this one up, the next one in line, whatever you want. You're going to line it up, flip it over. You've got that hole as your guide point. And make your hole there. Go ahead and get your tiny book ring and put that on there. And then you can start stacking easily. Let's go. I'm going to turn these over. And I'm going to ink as I go. Ink the next piece. Punch the hole. And then we can start assembling it on the book ring. So you're going to have like a closure in a sense with the book ring at the top, because when you open this part up, you're going to have a flip-flop tag book album of sorts. And then you're going to have, you know, that closed that way, and it's going to be together on that book ring. Lord, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so then I'm going to line up the next one and kind of center it before I punch. Just so that we got the same across the board and we don't have a lot going willy-nilly away from us. Now, to reinforce, if you are worried about that, you need some reinforcement, you can always use a tiny hole punch. Let me find my other one that's a little smaller. I'm probably going to move the camera, sorry, or bounce it one. This is a 5/8 inch circle punch, and I think I will grab some paper from my scrap pile to add on here and get me a little bit of reinforcement on these. I don't want to do too much. See, I'm fine with that. You know, it covering up some of the wording. Don't want to cover up too much, but this is just a little piece of paper, so if it flips and flops back and forth too much, then it's going to have a big old rip before you know it. So then I'll just reinforce or punch that hole one more time. And there's my little reinforced circle on top of it. You can ink around those too if you want to. Go ahead and do one on this one. I'm going to do all this green paper, and then when I get to the very end, I'm not going to have any more of this green paper because this was just one little strip in my scrap pile. It's got music paper on the other side. That is very pretty, but doesn't go with this theme. So I've got 5 more of those, and then let's find some more that kind of goes along too. We can do this lighter, the lighter green. So we have 2 different greens, and that piece of scrap is like almost perfect. So let's go through and add these little circles, 5/8 inch circles, to all the tops of our pages, and that way we can get reinforcement on there. Right, there they all are on, and with the reinforced tab, and I'll go through all of those in a minute. We're going to decorate on the backs of them too. I'm going to make a hole in this fabric. Now that is probably not going to be as easy as I'm thinking it's going to be, but we're going to try it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'm going to get my scissors and just trim off that little piece there that's sticking up from it. Okay, and we could even set an eyelet in that if we wanted to, but I think it's going to be good enough. I just like that little bit of, and you can see through that too, so I'm good with that. And then a bulb clip, and I'm thinking this has got some yellow in it, but it also has some pink. All of this is blues, greens, yellows, so it kind of gives it a little pop of color. What I'm going to do is, if these will cooperate, I'm going to put a pearl on the back, this in the middle, and another pearl on the front. And then attach that onto my ring. So there's this little charm, a little bit of fabric. I think I want to put a piece of ribbon or, ooh, maybe some sari silk or seam binding back behind this too. Give us just a little bit more. This sari silk goes really well with that. I think I'll do a little short piece, maybe like that. Fold it over just a little bit so it's not just a string hanging. We'll have it where a little bit of that's on either side. And let's try to see if we can get a hole punched about there in that sari silk. And I'm just kind of wiggling it back and forth to get those fibers to pull apart. It worked, yay. Alright, so let's take this bulb clip off. Put our sari silk on there. You'll have to train it a little bit for it to lay down. And then let's get a piece of seam binding. I get all my beautiful seam binding from My Scrap Cabin on YouTube. Not on YouTube. On Etsy. It's been a long few days, y'all. Just saying. Alright, now this one, I'm wanting to say that maybe I could just get it to poke a hole through. We shall see. Yes, there we go. And then put our bulb clip back on, attach, close up our little book ring, like so. So we got some little, we got charms, and we got some string, and we got some ribbon, and right here I want to put some of this doily and maybe then put one of the fussy cuts right there. So we'll go ahead and attach the doily, and then I'll cut off the excess. Doily can be a little bit tricky as far as putting it down because it's got so many holes in it. But it will work out. And now I will start chopping away at the excess. And then we also need to put a hole there and up here. So I'm going to pull away all that we've added on there. And then we're going to figure out where we need to put the hole for this closure. And I don't want to go too far in at all because it'll interfere with all the other stuff. And that piece, okay, we're going to meet there, so we're fine. Let's go in about yay far, not too far. And then we're going to lay all this back down. And that'll be fine, it won't interfere. What I'm going to do is set, I'm going to set 2 eyelets just to reinforce that. Okay, there's the first eyelet set. Here's the second one. Alright, and then I felt a little bit of something. There it is. The doiley's not glued down well. I don't want that coming up, so I'm going to glue that down. Pull all this back forward. And then let's ink this edge here that's got all that white showing where we glued the postcard to the back. Then I'm going to cut off some of this baker's twine. It's like a sherbet looking. It's pretty. Alright, then watch and make sure that your holes line up. They do, because you've punched that hole while they were sandwiched together. And then put your baker's twine through and figure out how much you want hanging out. I want to do a really good bow on this. So I'm going to trim it there. So there's our closure there. And then we've got all of that up there. Truth time is to make sure everything fits, because we did put a charm on there. And the charm might have to come up this way for everything else to fit in there. I think we're going to make it. We're going to make it. And then see, when you open up the envelope, that pretty baker's twine that I put on there will be the first thing that you see, and it still closes up nicely, very easily. So you could make this and give it to someone as is, or you could make this and then have a pocket big enough in your journal that you could put it down in there. Let's decorate the rest of it. So I'm going to take apart that beautiful bow I just made. Oh well, it'll be taken apart lots and lots of times, won't it? And I'll just leave that in that back one there. Those little pom-poms, I got them out at the very beginning. I really wanted to use them, but I don't know if I'm going to now or not. I'm going to get some Nuvo drops and put me a little speck there and run over it with my brayer just to kind of get it worked in and moved around. Just to give some shimmer on the front part of that. And then I will cut out, I really like that, the watering can. So I think I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to go ahead and cut that butterfly out too and add that to one of the pages. You know, you don't even have to decorate when you make little mini albums like this. You can just leave them as is and be able to put little tiny pictures on the pages, or you can use it as a little mini journal and journal on the pages. But I love the idea of adding charms to it, and this is a great, these are great little accents that I used from the kit, and I think I've done really well with the theme and with my prompt that I was given, charmed garden accents. But when you have a gorgeous kit like we've got, how can you go wrong? How can you not make something beautiful when you have such beautiful things to use? Okay, so that is going to go there, and look, it's going to cover up every bit of the Nuvo that I just did. So I think I'll put some more. And just spread that out a little bit so I can get some shimmer going there. And if you want to, you can just do a few decorations on the front. That's cute on that tag, since the tag doesn't have too much going on it. Put that pretty butterfly in one corner. And then you can cover the backs as you like. But I think this is so cute. I love little tag mini albums. And we've got those reinforced holes at the top, so we're not worried about them ripping at the top. And then you just layer them and put all kinds of stuff and that was very pretty. I like how that turned out. And then you got plenty of journaling space, like I said, or you can use it to put on some little mini pictures if you wanted to, or some memorabilia from a little garden that you plant. You could put little mini pictures of the plants from that year. Your 2024 plant guide mini book. How about that? I like that. So we've made, I'm going to write that down. So I hope that you have enjoyed this project. I certainly have enjoyed making it. This digital kit, so pretty. Rach, Bella, and Angela, y'all did so good with this kit. I'm loving it. And now I'm going to get this just to slide a little halfway in there. So we've got that. We can even decorate the back. That would be beautiful. Lots and lots of space for decorating. And I do believe that I got the grunge part of this prompt down pat. Big time. So happy with how this turned out. Y'all have a great day, and don't forget to go and watch everybody else's projects for this collaboration. It is the Crafting a Garden Story collaboration, and look for the hashtag Journal Jigsaw. Journal Jigsaw is the hashtag, so look for that. And if you want to put that into your YouTube search, it will bring up every video in this collaboration, and you can go through and binge watch them all. Y'all need to do that. Y'all have a great day. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.